My presentation is on Budweiser and the different campaigns I've created for them throughout this class. First and foremost, Budweiser was introduced in 1876 by Adolphus Busch, a German immigrant. The brand's first marketing campaigns were focused on its unique brewing process, which involves high quality hops and barley, as well as the use of natural carbonation that produces a smooth and refreshing taste. In recent years, Budweiser has faced increasing competition from craft beer brands and has to adapt their marketing strategy accordingly. Some of the competition they are facing are from brands such as Heineken, Carlsberg, and Corona, among others. These brands are popular among the younger consumers who are interested in craft beer and healthier drinking options. So Budweiser will need to find a way to make themselves different from these competitors and to stay relevant in the market. The goals of these campaigns are to enhance the brand's reputation as the iconic classic American beer and to target millennial consumers who are seeking a fun and refreshing drinking experience. Many of these consumers who are in the younger generation perceive Budweiser as traditional classic beer and they may think it's an old beer. So we want to make Budweiser seem young and cool and hip again. The first ad I created was a billboard ad. For this attempt, I wanted to bring in the family ties of Budweiser. They're big into like the family aspect and the fact that they've been brewing for generations. So I tried to go with that. I added the picture of the father and son at the barbecue to show the different generations. And the tagline I used was, "It was your father's beer, now it's yours." With the research I've done, I saw that millennials are very entitled. So I wanted to say, now it's yours, and enunciate that so they feel like, oh, it's my beer now. My second attempt at the billboard ad, I wanted to keep the barbecue aspect of it, but I tried to use the Gestalt theme to bring the barbecue together. I don't believe that this billboard came across how I pictured it in my head. I changed the note to "Good times that start with a bud are the most unforgettable." I don't think this campaign would really necessarily come across to the millennial generation, but it could come across to pretty much anyone. In my third attempt, I feel like this really drew in the millennial consumer market that I was aiming for. With this one, I chose millennial people in the pictures. The girl who's smiling seems to be the main focus of the picture. So above her head, I wrote, who says happy should only last an hour? And then the eyes would instantly go down to where it says not us, which is Budweiser saying that. The typography I used for this is Rockwell Bold for the top and Rockwell Regular for the bottom. I also decided to underline the word happy in red to draw in more red from the logo of Budweiser for this one. The second ad is the Facebook ad. For this one, I went with a more humorous attempt to aim to market towards the millennials. So since most millennials have seen Game of Thrones and Budweiser uses the slogan King of Beers, I decided to take the slogan King of Beers and mix it in with Game of Thrones because in Game of Thrones they have King in the North. Another one of their slogans is "Winter is coming." So I decided to market this for the summer and say "Summer is coming." My second attempt at the Facebook ad, I changed it up quite a bit. I changed the picture and I decided to use the rule of thirds for this one in the picture. The main focus is the cooler, and then you could see the people in the background. One has a guitar, and other girls are drinking beer, so you could tell that they're having a party. And I feel like this appeals to the younger audience way more. The font for Facebook ads are default, so I didn't have any choice in the typography for this one. And my third Facebook ad, I did not change much at all. I just took feedback from class and took out the word stomach in my slogan down at the bottom. My third ad, the magazine ad, I wanted to give it more of a personal feel and introduce old and potential consumers to who is making the beer, who are the people behind the beer and who's making it. I used the tagline "Brewed for you by people like you" to show that it's just regular average people that are brewing your beer. Although they are chemists, they're still like me and you. The pictures of an African American woman And I feel like this is a great picture to use because Budweiser is such an old brand that many people in the millennial generation may think is just like these old white men making their beer, making all the decisions, which no one really wants anyway. So this picture shows a more personal feel to African American women, African American community, and even just millennials in general. I added the QR code at the bottom as a call to action so people can go and learn more about these brewers. The second attempt of this ad, I didn't change too much. I just added the name and the place of the brewer, which was a suggestion from the feedback from class. And my third attempt, I changed up the typography a little bit to have a bit of a difference in there. So I used did it bold, did it italic, Times New Roman, and Iowa Old Style Roman, and that will just go down. The top is the did it, then Times New Roman. And then at the bottom with the black background is the Iowa Old Style. I also changed the Great Brewers. I made that red to try and draw in more red in this ad. For this ad, there's a lot of controversy going on right now with Bud Light, but Budweiser is the same brand, so I decided to use that for my campaign. I wanted to make an all-inclusive campaign since the controversy with Bud Light was that they use a transgender to advertise for them, and some people didn't like that for some reason. So I decided to include, take the slogan, America's favorite beer, and change it to everyone's favorite beer to include all ethnicities and the LGBTQ plus community to show that it's just beer and anyone can drink it. And then my second attempt, I took the feedback from class and I changed everyone's to inclusion. And then I put America's favorite beer is everyone's favorite beer and added the labels to the bottles. My last ad was the photo ad. For this one, the ad's priority is value. I wanted to use low contrasting light to create a mood to draw attention to the Budweiser six-pack. I choose the red color in the carton to help build the contrast against the white refrigerator. Although the six-pack is off-centered, the light in the background draws your eye right to it. I wanted to keep this ad simple, so I just used nothing like coming home to a full fridge. And I used Times New Roman as the font. Thank you.